in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows. He's got a collection that'll make you stare. Vintage pocket knives laid with tender care.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome once again to HT's EDC. What's good out there this Thursday morning? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well, staying warm, staying safe, and all that good stuff. Counting down on the weekend. One more day to go. Just got to knock out Friday and weekend will be upon us. Anyway, got a quick one. This one should be quick. There's going to be a total of 3 knives that we're going to be talking about today. You've already seen the thumbnail. This will be my GEC / Northwoods. Definitely sub-collection because we're currently, there's three of them, folks. We'll get into why that is in more detail in a little bit. Somebody, we have had a few people that was asking about Abby. Hadn't seen her in a while. Well, she is sacked out right here on the floor. Pretty much like she always is, unless they're in there. Miss Maddie is currently taking a nap, so the big girl here, she's going to get herself in. She's in here with Daddy. And she's going to get her a quick one in because Miss Maddie usually keeps Abby popping. They're at it nonstop most all day. So Abby's taking the opportunity to get her a quick siesta in. But anyway, let's get into a what you toting this morning. Back pocket, open C, leather wallet, nothing new. Front pocket. Always the Holy Land Pocket Cross from Brother Dwayne Clark. And today for my tote, well, also, we have on the bracelet we showed you yesterday from George Adventure. I guess this is EDC too. We're still on the red watch, and this is just an old Armatron, if you ever wondered on this one, on my red watch, HT red. Just an old Armatron with big letters, big dial or digital numbers, not a dial. Big numbers because I don't have the best peepers. I just went to the eye doctor the other day, and the vision, it didn't improve. It wasn't a big decrease, but it did shift a little bit. And they said that first time she's told me that I got cataracts starting, but they weren't, big enough, I guess, large enough for surgery yet. But she did say I have the beginnings of cataracts. So, one more thing to keep in the back of her mind. Growing old, it's a wonderful thing, huh? But anyway, enough about that. In the pocket today, this is the Cross Creek Brother Dwayne handmade folding hunter low ride belt loop. I don't even have a belt on today. I got on sweatpants, but I am just dropping this in my pocket. And today in the old pocket, we have the Cold Steel. This is the Ranch Boss 2. And you can see we have some teeners going on this thing already. It is nice and splotched up. Cut some onions with it last night. And I actually put it in a little bit. I did a coffee soak last night. Was going to see what a coffee patina did to the blade. Well, this is what I got here is pretty splotchy. Wasn't exactly very beautiful. I thought the coffee might make it go a little more uniform or whatever. It did not. But anyway, that is coffee and onions. So that experiment wasn't didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do, but that's okay. It's a user, and the more you use it, the more uniform, and I mean, it'll change colors depending on what you cut. It's all good. But anyway, that's what we got in the pocket today for a tote. One more order of business. Well, a good sip or two of Joe is always good business. But one more order of business is this guy here. Well, we did kind of a two-part series. We got, the first time I mentioned this in one of my videos, I asked for, let's name this guy, name the dude suggestions. And you guys came up with a bunch of them. Thank you for that. Well, I narrowed it down to 3 in yesterday's video that I really liked, that I bonded with, that I thought was really, really fitting for this guy. And I asked in yesterday's video to take those top 3 and vote one more time, and popularity would win. And it was not really close. Cornelius, Yukon Cornelius is the winner. And you are looking at Yukon Cornelius right here. Mr. Cornelius, anything but Cornelius, hands down won. Buck and what else was it? Sebastian. They were. I didn't tally who was second and third. Those were pretty close. But old Cornelius here won by a landslide. So we now have a name for him, and he is nameless no more. And I thank you folks for that. Those of y'all that participated, that was pretty fun, and some great ideas came in. But he can only have one name. So anyhow, you guys are going with Cornelius. So again, thank you for that. And now we're going to get into this and get on with the show. We have 3 knives to show you today, and this is my People's Choice series once again. And this question, or suggestion rather, came from my buddy Billy. Man, he can't talk again this morning. Brother Billy down in Florida. Brother Billy wanted to see my GEC/Northwoods collection. Well, I got good news and bad news for you, Billy. The good news is you're getting to see my GEC and Northwoods collection. But in the bad news, which kind of morphs into the bad news, by Brother Pete's criteria, you got to have this many to be a collection, and I only have this many. So, Brother Billy, you get to see my GEC/Northwoods sub collection. I used to have more of these. I'm going to give you my story on that real quickly. I have nothing against GEC Northwoods. Let me tell you where I'm at on that real quick, and we'll show the knives. Actually used to have quite a few of them. When I was into modern knives, and when I say quite a few of them, 15, a dozen, 12, no more than 20. Let's just say that 10 to 20 I can confidently say, and I don't think I had 20. So probably more like 10 to 15 at my most. So I've never, what would have been a GEC Northwoods collection. Now I have 3. Well, when I was into moderns, you guys that's followed the channel a long while know I used to be, I came over to traditional knives from a history in moderns. And at one time, and I've flip-flopped a lot. My taste in collecting has, this is the longest I have ever settled, kind of settled down on my collecting. I was really into fixed blades for a while. I was really into moderns for a while. Before that, I was into the traditionals. That's how I got so many GECs, 10 to 15, so many. But I got my GEC collection. Well, my taste shift, the moderns, the moderns and the fixed blades got in my head, and I sold and traded a bunch of them. So, which now I am kicking myself for, because I'm pretty sure I have found a home now. I will never not be a traditional knife lover. I still have a respect and a love. I have a love. It's not a thriving, deep love for modern knives, but I still have some that will never leave my collection. So I do have a love for them. And and more than that, I really like a fixed blade. Matter of fact, may show some tomorrow on Fixed Blade Friday. So there's a teaser. But anyway, when I was into the moderns, I was getting moderns and I was in that game and I wanted the latest, greatest thing. Well, traditional knives, those GEC knives, well, they were very good trade bait to get me good, gooder moderns at the time. So traded a bunch of them off. Now, wished I had them back. But where am I on GC? Well, why don't you just get more? Why don't you, if they're so great, why do you only have 3 now? You've been in traditional knives for, at least a couple of years now. This is true. And there's nothing against the product, but I have a little bit, this is just me. We're fixing to go on a HT, just talking me. The whole thing, the drops, it's like winning the lottery or getting struck by lightning twice to catch one of these knives on the drop. If you don't catch it on the drop, as soon as they have went through all the vendors, I don't know how many vendors, when a knife comes out, say it's a 72 Cody Scout. Well, usually, every week or, 2 a week, till GEC gets through all their vendors and they all have drops periodically, say in a 2-week window. Well, when all those are gone, and if you don't catch one on one of those drops, which is like near impossible, you have to like change your life, stay by a computer, hit refresh 357 times, which I'm just not going to do. Then you have to catch one on the secondary market. And as soon as that particular hot selling knife or whatever it is, they know when you can't get it anymore, when it's went through all 10, whatever it is, all the distributors, then these people that got them or whatever will sell them and flip them over on, eBay or, the secondary market, and they're almost double. And at the end of the day, this is just where I'm at. They're a great knife. I think they're well made. Do I think they are the best U.S. made traditional knife now? Perhaps. Upper echelon for sure. But at the end of the day, folks, they're micartas, they're bones, they're carbon steel. These things aren't gold. They're not super steel, titanium. They're not, they're just, to me, they're worth X amount. And I'm not going to pay $300, $400, $500 for a carbon steel, bone-handled pocket knife. If you do, you have the means. I am strictly saying I'm not going to do it. And that's why I don't chase these knives near as much anymore. If I can find one for a good deal or a horse trade, or lo and behold, the stars line up in outer space and I catch one on a drop, so be it. Which I very rarely, if at all, have tried anymore. I'm just not chasing them. I'm not that mad at them anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have to have them. So there's my GEC spiel. They're great knives. Do I still wish I had my 15 from before? 100%. I 100% do, because don't get me wrong, they're a fantastic knife. I just personally choose not to get in that rat race for them. That's just me. You do you. All right, now that I've wasted all that time, let's get into them. This is my first one. We have good old HT red on the handles here. This is red linen. Is it red linen or canvas micarta? think that's canvas micarta, red canvas micarta. Don't quote me, but this is the big boy soddy style. There's, everybody knows about Sod Buster. That is a trademark name. Soddy style knife, if you will. And this is the GEC number 21. I can get that tang stamp up there. There we go. GEC CAR carbon. Probably can tell on this blade still there. We have some Teeners on it. And what makes this one really cool, this is a lockback. So this is a lockbacking 21. Listen to that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Rock solid lockup. Yeah, this is we're just going to say red micarta, because I don't know if it's linen or canvas, but it's a red micarta handled GEC number 21. And what year is this? This is 24. This is last year's model when they came out. I don't guess I showed you that side. What all do we got going on here? Farm and field tool made in the USA. You guys that care about that. That is on the other side. No, actually that would be the show side. The farm and field and tool, and the back side has the model number GEC carbon. Put a little lanyard on here, little bead. Shout out to RDS, Brother Bobby, Wood Turnings and Acrylics. He actually sent this red and black paracord and this bead. So we threw a little lanyard on there. But this is my GEC number 21 HT red lockback. And we will move on. You guys actually saw this knife the other day. I did a video on my my large trapper series, single blade trappers. And here we go. This is a GEC number 23. And we have a theme here too. This is red jig bone. Again, they have some fancy name for it, red something bone. I don't have the carton here with me, and I wasn't digging it out just for the video, but it is a bullet knife. This is one of the bullet series. You have your unexcelled there on that bullet, and this is actually started its life as a two-blader. This is a jumbo trapper, and this is the drop point blade. Well, this one has had a blade delete. It used to have another spay blade on here, as most jumbo trappers do, and it has been removed. The previous owner removed it and did a blade delete. When I got this in a horse trade, and I have all the screws, bowl, I have all the equipment, the blade, the secondary blade, but I kind of like it. So he, like I said, he sent everything along. If I wanted to, make it back into a two blade, he liked it as a one blade. I kind of do as well. And you talk about walk and talk, folks. Listen to this. Check out this wall. Listen to this audio of this wall. Crazy. Ooh, it is just wanting to go, folks. One of the most outstanding walk and talks. Yeah, we're centered. Fit and finish. Your brass liners. Half tops are immaculate. We have pinched bolsters up top with two threads. It's also a threaded bolster. You can see there. And then we have the little pinch right at the top. So it is a dual threaded and pinch bolster, single bolster. A beautiful dark red jig bone. I guess I probably ain't doing enough for that jigging there to let y'all take that in. It is gorgeous. Again, I don't know the exact red whatever jigged bone, but it is a beauty. Did I show the tang stamps for these? On the show side, we have Northfield unexcelled, made in the old USA on the show side here. And if you flip it around, we have, on this particular blade, just carbon. The other blade actually had the model number, the one that's still in the tube, but this is a 23 pattern. A GEC number 23 is what this is. So that is, oh my goodness, that is that. So that is the number 2. And last but not least, for you, Brother Billy, you did say GEC Northwoods collection. Most of you know. If you don't know, Great Eastern Cutlery makes the knives for Knives Ship Free is where you get them from, that vendor. But the line of Northwoods. If you guys have seen the blades with this little arrow here, that is a Northwoods knife, and that is proprietary to Knives Ship Free. They're in Ottawa, Tennessee. I actually have a video way back in my archives when I went out there, and I actually did a little satellite video. Again, you guys want to check it out? It's way back in my videos, but it's a little store, mainly an online store, but they do have a little brick and mortar shop, showroom that I visited while I was out there. Anyway, Knives Ship Free are the makers, owners of Northwoods in this line, but Great Eastern Cutlery, they have contracted them to do their knives for them. So anyway, there's that. Most of you knew that, but has this nice Northwoods up here, and this is pretty cool. A little cool thing on this knife, I don't know if you can tell, but here on all the flats, right here where it says Northwoods, right here, and where it has the model number and all, that they have left the heat treat on there. They've kind of left that darkened. Kind of gives it a little two-tone look. And check out this blade. This thing is an absolute smoke show of a blade shape, in my opinion. I kind of call that it's definitely a spear point. That may be what they call the Zulu spear. I know there's a bunch of different names for spear points. I better just leave it as a spear point, a real good looking spear point. As we turn it around on the pile side, again, I love how they leave this heat treat marking up here on all these flats. How good that's coming in on camera, but that is just a cool little feature. Show side, all we have is USA, and actually on the pile side, do we have anything on the pile side? No. No, all their branding is on the show side, USA and Northwoods. But again, these are made by Great Eastern Cutlery. So this is a GEC / Northwoods, and this is my only current Northwoods. These are, if you think the GECs are like getting struck by lightning twice to get one, these are even harder. I somehow, some way, many years ago, got lucky, and I caught one of these on the drop. I guess it was just my day, but I think these knives come out a handful of times a year for a Northwoods knife. They do not run these very often. That kind of drives the market up on them. You know, the cravings out there in the market. Hey, there's fixing to be a Northwoods drop. Anyway, pretty good marketing, but these are super hard to find, hard to procure, unless they are out there for sure on the secondary market. But folks, these things go stupid prices on the secondary. I have seen this particular knife right here go anywhere from $500 to $1,000. And that's just, again, it's good looking. This is carbon steel, and I haven't talked about these covers yet. This is what they are calling frosted mini wheat. If you guys know your cereals, it definitely does look like a bowl of frosted mini wheats, but they call this frosted mini wheat micarta. So that is what these handles are, these covers. That is definitely micarta. Again, has the Northwoods arrowhead. I love this shield. I love the arrowhead shield. It is very cool. Beautiful, beautiful knives. But $500, $1,000 for micarta and carbon steel. If you got it, you got it. And I promise you, I'm not anybody that that wants to go for them or what have you. That's great. I'd be a hypocrite. I do own one, but probably unless lightning, strikes again, I doubt I'll ever own another one. But this is my one Northwoods. We will check out this walk and talk. Crazy good. So folks, the hype is real. Listen to that. They are outstanding pocket knives. 100%. I cannot take that away from them. Again, I wished I had my other 15. I'd be up to 18 now. I don't, and I am not going to pay secondary prices to get them back. So that is me. For what that is worth, that is just where I personally am on GEC knives. Great products. They're carbon steel and stainless steel and micarta, bone, sometimes stag. For me, they're not worth $500 to $1,000 on the secondary market. But that's just me. If you like them, and there's some people that really value quality over quantity, and you may have a collection. Your knife collection may be 10 knives, and you have, you wait and you get that perfect knife, and you got 10 GECs, stag, the most beautiful bone, fancy smancy, and that's your knife collection. I salute you. That takes discipline, and there's nothing wrong. You collect the way you collect. Don't collect like I collect. I collect by, I see a knife and I like a knife and I go get a knife. But nothing wrong for going for the quality. You folks that do it, again, I salute you. Anyway, I said this was going to be short, and here we are at 20, going to be over 28 minutes. Anyway, I like to hear my own voice, I guess. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Love you guys. Thank y'all for anybody that stuck around. And Billy, that one was for you, brother. I'm HT. God bless.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's EDC.